This recording is for Chapter 2 of InDesign. First thing we need to do is go to our book lessons. We scroll down to InDesign Lesson 2. And it says complete pages 211 through 237. So we're going to flip through to your book. Go ahead and open your book up and flip through where it says 211. Remember, InDesign is the front of your book. So go to page 211. So we skip a lot of reading because we don't have vocabulary in here. Notice that it says you have 2.5 assigned days to work on this tutorial. I gave you guys, as I'm planning out how much time you guys need, I gave you 2.5 days to do this tutorial. So page 211 is where the yellow text starts. It says open up 2/1, which is right here, and save it as min pin intro. So let's go ahead and click on it. Click here and hit open. It'll open automatically through InDesign. And we're going to go to File, Save As. Make sure that you are not saving in your downloads. So we need to go back to either your Google Drive or your H Drive. And you can see in my book lessons folder for Adobe InDesign, I made a new folder that's Chapter 2, and then the file name is called Min Pin Intro, and hit Save. This is what your document looks like. So now we're going to click Edit on the menu bar and point down to the bottom at Preferences, and then click Units and Increments. Once you're at Units and Increments, you're going to verify that your preference dialog box has the same settings as figure 13, and then hit OK. So this should say Spread, and then you want to make sure that the horizontal and vertical both say inches. If they don't, then go ahead and change that to inches. First stroke should say points. And then postscript 72 inches. And then make sure for the size of leading right here, you need to change that. And we're going to make that say 2 points. And then the tracking and kerning right here should say 20 points. Once you verify that you have all of these settings exactly the same as what's on your book on page 211, then you hit OK. All right, number 4. Click Window on the menu bar right here. And then point to Workspace. Then click Typography or Reset Typography. So scroll down. Mine already says Typography. So if you already have that checked, you're going to click on Reset Typography. So go ahead and click on that. Now you're going to click your Type tool. So at the very top of your workspace, you're going to double click the word Introducing. So up here at the very top, double click. And there's Introducing. Now we're going to open up our character panel on the right side of our screen, which is the little shortcut, or the icon looks like an A. So click your character panel to open that up. Triple click. The character panel displays the formatting of the selected text. So this is what the formatting is right now. So now we're going to triple click Introducing to select the entire line. Okay. On the character panel, click the font family list arrow, which is here. There's your font family. Click on that. And you're going to click on Impact. It's always in alphabetical order. So if you go down, find Impact. So notice that your font changed. Click the font style list arrow, which is here. No, sorry, this is the font size. So right now it says 12 points, so we're going to click on this little arrow, and we're going to go to 48 points. So now it's nice and big, 48 points. Then verify that the leading text box contains 57.6. If you don't know what your leading is, you can hover until you find your leading. Your leading should be 57.6 points, as shown in figure 14. All right, now press and hold Shift Control, and then press the down button 10 times. What I didn't actually hit the down button. You're going to hit the little key that looks like a left pointing arrow. It's above your comma, right next to your M. You can see an example of that in your book on number 9. Now you're going to hit Shift Control again. And you're going to hit the right arrow 2 times. So now we're going to triple click the word by. So underneath introducing, triple click. And we're going to change the font to Garamond. So right here, you're going to click that arrow. Remember, it's in alphabetical. Find Garamond and click on it. Click the Style List arrow, and we're going to click on Italics. So here we have regular, and I'm going to click here and make it italic. And then the font size should be 18. All right. Turning the page to number 12. Click your selection tool. Then notice that the text frame is highlighted. So the text frame right here is all highlighted. Number 13 says click Object on the menu bar. And then click the text frame options and select the arrow list. Oops, Object, and then text frame options. We're going to click the Align list arrow right here. And click on Center. And then hit OK. So we've centered this. Click the Zoom tool. Click and drag the Zoom tool pointer around the light green text frame and then resize, and then release the mouse button. So we're just going to highlight this so we can see it a little better. Click the Type tool, then triple click the word Introducing. Click the Tracking List arrow in the Character panel. So hover until you find the tracking. Whoops, character. It's right here. And we're going to click on 200. Okay. The horizontal width of each word increases, and a consistent amount of space is applied between each letter. Now we're going to reduce it to 25. Click between the letters H and E in the word the. And then click the kerning list arrow. Here's your kerning. Then click -50. The space between the two letters decreases. Click the kerning up arrow twice to decrease the kerning value to -30. So go back to kerning. And then we're going to click the up arrow twice to go to -30. Click your selection tool. Click View on the menu bar. Fit page in window. Click your zoom tool and drag a selection box that encompasses all of the body of the text. So this right here, click and drag. Click the type tool, then select the number 1 after the word Doberman Pinscher at the end of the 4th paragraph. It's kind of hard to tell which paragraph is which, but I'm guessing it's right here. So predates the development of a well-known Doberman Pinscher. So select the word number 1, and then you're going to click your list arrow, and we're going to put Superscript. Or Superscript. Yeah, Superscript. So after we do that, our number 1 is higher. Select the number 2 after the word cows in the last paragraph. Right here. Select that number 2 after the word cows in the last paragraph, and then apply the Superscript command again. Or Superscript. And click on it. Select the number 1 besides the footnote at the bottom of the page. Right here. Number 1. Apply the Superscript command. Got it right that time. Superscript. Select the number 2 below it. Okay. Apply the Superscript command again. Then deselect the text. Okay, and your footnote should resemble figure 19, which is what we have here. Click View on the menu bar. Click Fit Page in Window. Click the Zoom tool. Then drag a selection box that encompasses both footnotes at the bottom of the page. Click the Type tool. Select In Love with Min Pen. In the first footnote. Turning the page to page 214, click the Character Panel Options button and click Underline. Select Working Toy Breeds in the second footnote. Then apply the underline command again. Select the entire first footnote except the number 1. Double-click 12 in the font size box. Type 8, and then hit Enter. Select the entire second footnote, except the number 2. Change the font size to 8 again. So double-click, and then type 8, and hit Enter. All right. We're going to deselect. Click View on the menu bar. Fit Page in Window. Click your Zoom tool in the tool panel. Then zoom in on the first 3 words of the first sentence. The miniature pinscher. Click your Type tool. Select the miniature pinscher. Then click the top field of the character panel. And we're going to type the word bold in the field. So it's already highlighted, type the word bold. As shown in figure 22, the font menu appears showing only those fonts that are bold. Okay. Click anywhere on the top of the page to escape that menu. We're going to go ahead and reselect the miniature pincher. Click the font family list arrow right here next to the current font name on the character panel, and note that the most recent fonts that you've used are at the very top. So based on Michael's good advice, we're going to scroll to the very top, and you can see that the ones that we've used most often are up here at the top. And then we're going to click the star beside the 5 fonts that you've used most often. In this case, we only have 2 right here. And then we're going to click those stars. Click the star button right here, which is Apply Favorite Filter button at the top of the menu. As shown in figure 23, only the fonts that we have used and that we've starred are showing in the list. Click the star button again to deactivate that picture. So select the word the miniature pincher, in my case it's already selected, and then click the top field on the character panel to highlight the current font. Click the up and down arrows on our keyboard, and you can see that we can change the font like that. Press Escape to escape the font menu, and leave the miniature pincher text unchanged. So we actually need to go back and change it to Times New Roman, so I'm going to highlight it. And then we're going to go back and change it to Times New Roman. And we'll leave it just like that. Okay, I'm finishing this video on page 220. On our second video, we'll begin again where we left off.